What's going on, everybody? We back with another one. So this time, we're talking about a place called Letchworth Village Institution. Um, so the institution is located on Letchworth Village Road in Thiels, New York. The zip code is 10984. In Rockland County. So let's get a little bit into what the Letchworth Village Institution is about. Um, so the Letchworth Village Institution opened up in the year of 1911. Um, the Letchworth Village Institution sits on about 2,000 acres of land. They have an estimation of about 130 buildings on the entire site. So Letchworth was known to be a pretty rough place, like straight out the door, guys. You know, they were, a lot of these places were kind of, you know, they all had their own little messed up stuff going on. But Leftward Village's institution is actually one of the institutions that actually they just let it out. Like that's just what they were doing. Like, they were bad. Everybody knew they were bad. They stuck to it. They never changed it. So a little bit about Leftward. So basically, they were pretty much, it was designed as like as a self-sufficient, kind of like, almost like at the beginning, like kind of do your own thing, uh, without pretty much being supervised. Um, which is kind of a little wild to me, guys. That's different. So the at a later on time, the village had became known for basically they became known for overcrowded. Uh, Pretty much, they had more they had more uh, they had more people, they had more patients than they actually had beds. So that's kind of crazy. Certain people were sleeping on the floor, um, all that kind of stuff. It was wild. So anyhow, there are cases at the Lethworth Village Institution of abuse and neglect upon the patients. There was rapid abuse upon basically employees, far as just women though. Basically the women there was cases uh pretty much of rape, and pretty much they were raping the women who worked at the institution. It's wild. That's ridiculous. So Lethworth Village in the 1950s, they were associated with pretty much vaccines, trials on children. So in other words, guys, pretty much they were experimenting on children in the hospital. Um, yeah, it's kind of wild, guys. So back in the 1920s and the 1970s, reports of inadequate funding and improper care of residents of the institution, unclothed and unbathed and neglected. Um, yeah, that's pretty wild. If I had a family member that was in this hospital, I would I would definitely be upset. So the doctors, they weren't taking care of the patients. Uh, Pretty much they found patients. There's cases of people finding patients that were walking around with no clothes. Uh, they literally had no clothes on. Most of them were unbathed. They never got bathed, and that's 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 wild. Um, so pretty much with all this stuff building up, uh, all this stuff happening within the institution, guys, they were getting notoriety, but for a while it stayed kind of off the radar. Until pretty much the 1970s, when there was a doctor. I actually don't have the doctor's name, guys. Please forgive me for that one. But I do happen to know that there was a doctor in the 1970s that got exposed. He was he was the head guy of the institution, and he pretty much called the shots. He ran it and stuff like that. So anything pretty much that happened pretty much far as the rape cases, far as the women employees, the unclothed patients walking around not being taken care of or supervised, the unbathed patients also that wasn't being supervised or taken care of. And that is neglection. You're neglecting. So in other words, guys, they were going to work for a free paycheck. That's sick. So anyway, guys, pretty much Letchworth Village Institution closed the year of 1996. They ran for about 85 years from, I believe it was 1911. So from 1911, guys, to 1996 is when the institution closed down for good. All operations stopped. The state closed the hospital. Any patients that were still there by the time the hospital was closing, they were just transferred out to the next institution. So pretty much Letchworth Village, for their run, they ran for 85 years, guys. That's a long time of a lot of bad. 85 years. That's a lot of years of bad. But guys, that's it. Thank you guys for watching 585 Abandoned Buildings Story Channel. I really appreciate it. Ask you guys to like, comment, subscribe, share this video if you like. I got more on the way, I promise. Guys, stay tuned. And like I say, guys, my name is Chris. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. Peace.